Now, what's up, y'all? What's going on? Daily Go Getimism Show, Hump Day Wednesday, all up in your area. We made it. You know, midweek, we are good. We are going to cruise into Friday, and everything is going to be all right one way or another. One way or another, everything is going to be all right. Watch. You don't believe me? Bet me. Come on. Bet me. You scared because you know everything going to be all right. Everything. Come on, bet me then. No, don't try to shake my hand. No, bet me. Pinky swear. Yo. Yeah. Y'all ready? Your mama's side of the family versus your dad's side of the family. What you know? Who's winning? Your mom's side or your dad's side? It's not exactly a competition, but your influences are probably coming more from one side of your family than the other side of your family, especially if it's a situation where your father wasn't in your life or you didn't know your dad, so you didn't have that side of the family to even count. So that would be an easy one. But for those of y'all who had a mama and a daddy and grandparents on both sides and aunts and uncles and cousins and all that kind of stuff, which side of the family were you more influenced by? Which side of the family did you get most of your swag from? The way that you dress, the way that you talk, the way that you act, the values that you hold, the religion that you are into or that you follow. Which side? What's yeah. Which side, baby? Mom's side? Dad's side? Right, yo. Sure, Horsey. side, dad side. Which one do you look like more? Which side do you look more like? Your physical features. Your mom's side or dad's side? Out of the background, y'all. Stop fronting. I can see y'all hiding. It's all right. No, it's not. Get your ass out here. Yeah. Mom's side. You get that from your mom's side, hiding in the background. Hitting the like button, you got that from your dad's side. Thank you, Miss Cheryl. I appreciate me some of you. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily, It's the daily go getism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it whiz? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, we're coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about your mom's side of the family tonight. We talking about your daddy's side of the family tonight. We talking about where you get all your strength and your might. We talking about where you get your thought process tonight. We talking about who you always trying to act like tonight. We talking about your energy and drive tonight. We talk about your mom and dad's side of the family tonight. What do y'all know? What do you know? Your mom's side of the family versus your dad's side of the family. We're not putting them up against each other. We're talking about in terms of your perspective of the way that you are, the things that you have learned, the way that you have learned, and the things that you do. Look at your life right now. Does your life look more like your mom's side of the family or your dad's side of the family? And trust and believe there is an answer to this, and it's a clear answer. There's a clear answer to which side of the family you take after. And when you know we take after one side of the family or the other, it has to be that way. More than likely, even if your family were married, even if your mom and your daddy were married, there's a good chance that you spent more time with one side of the family than the other side of your family. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be equal time. And just because you spent more time with one side of the family versus the other doesn't necessarily mean that you were influenced to the fullest by that one side of the family. So we're going to get into it tonight. This should be interesting. It should be interesting when we start talking about one side of the family versus the other side of the family, because we might learn a lot about ourselves and start thinking more about nature versus nurture, or, vice versa, nurture versus nature. Now, nurture is the way that you grew up, the things that you were taught, the way that you were raised that would have influenced you. And nature is basically your bloodline, your heredity. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't deny where you got those ears from, the eye color, the maybe even your the way that your voice is and things like that. That's nature. Things that you can't even change. Well, physical characteristics, unfortunately, with today's technology, you can change anything, right? You can change anything. But we're going to get into it tonight. And tonight is going to be a good show. We're a little slow coming into the room tonight. I'm like, this 1 o'clock thing is just a little tough for people. Like, it's too early. It's too early. It's rough. It's rough. Anytime you make a change in the way that you do things, when people start to get used to what you're doing, it can make it a little bit tough. But speaking of change, think about this. Let me ask y'all, which side of your family, your mom's side of your family, is more susceptible to accepting change? Like, which side of the family, what is it, your mom's side of the family or your dad's side of the family that might adapt to change easier? Which side would try to hold on to the old way of doing things, even if they were social things, like maybe the way they raised children, the way you may have dressed, like even things like, in some families, some Christian families, for example, they ain't trying to hear you about you exploring other religions or other ways of life and learning that there may be another choice of God out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't trying to hear that shit. What you mean? You don't eat pork no more. Why not? Why not? I know we still serving it over here. I don't know what you done got into of that fancy school you done went to. Think you done learned something the wrong way. We should have never sent you there. Which side of your family is more prone? No. Well, how can I say it? Which side of your family would accept change better? Your mom's side or your dad's side? Thinking about myself, I would say definitely my dad's side of the family. My dad's side of the family is more accepting of change than my mom's side. My mom's side kind of stayed in the box. You know what I mean? They weren't I think pretty much everybody on my mom's side of the family is 9 to 5. Pretty much 9 to 5. We have some business owners. Don't get me wrong, but for the most part, when I say that they're 9 to 5, like they worked. They went to work every day and, worked hard, saved their money, worked it like that. They didn't get involved in criminal behavior or any other religions. From what I know, everybody on my mom's side of the family is Christian. Just about. The originals. Maybe I think there might be some on the younger side that might have, strayed away from the beaten path. But for the most part, yeah. For the most part, yeah, it's all Sunday worship at the church, which is cool, Okay. Cheryl Halsey says, my dad's side over the family was never. Oh, okay. Your dad's side of the family was never in your life. Okay, but then that would be easy. That would be an easy question to answer, because if you never had your dad's side in your life, then more than likely you could only speak about your mom's side. But that also doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't have some type of influence. Like you may have ways like your father, even if he wasn't around. But somebody would probably have to tell you that. It might not be something that you could know easily all by yourself. So let's get into it and get involved. These puzzle pieces right now, we gonna solve. These puzzle pieces right now, we gonna solve. We gonna get into it and we gonna get involved. We're gonna show a little love and talk to each other. We gonna get into the sisters and brothers. Yo, one side of the family or another. Yo, we gonna treat each other like sisters and brothers. And I'm talking about the good sister, good bro. The ones that always come through, the ones that you can count on for a good feeling. Come through with the good word, you heard? And that happens quite often. The kind that talks hard to you, sometimes soften the blow and let you know everything is going to be all right. It's the DJ show, and I'm here, and I ain't going nowhere, but I'm trying to go to the stars. You know just how we are, and everything will be all right. We going to beat on some drums and say a couple of rhymes tonight. My side of the family, your side of the family, do y'all value the same thing? Yo, are you worshiping the same kind of people, the same kind of God, the same kind of king? Are you more susceptible to disease? You know how it goes. One side of the family believes that you should diet and exercise. The other one said that you should go to God for the prize. You know what I'm talking about. If you've never been in this type of situation, then I guess I'm out. Nah, we gonna stay in a place. We gonna make sure that we gonna be the one to win the race. The space has to be given to me. Yo, I understand what you're saying. Yo, decisions will be made for each and every one of us. I'm gonna do my thing right now, back at the bus. All right, let's go. All right, so I'm gonna put my drums put my drums put my drums put my drums. All right. So I said, so your mom's side of the family versus your dad's side of the family. Where do you get your characteristics from? Where do you get your characteristics from? The way that you are, the things that you know, the way that you learn. Now, I have some interesting questions. I don't know if they're interesting questions, but I have a lot of questions I want to ask y'all tonight. So we got to get these numbers up. Yo, hit the like button, share the show. You know what I mean? I need more input when it comes to this topic tonight, because I want to ask questions like, which side of the family went the farthest in school? Now, maybe both sides of your family went all the way to college, graduated and stuff like that. But then again, it might have only been one side of the family who did that. Sometimes it be like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, when it comes to education, you may have been influenced one way or another. Like if one side of the family all went, and graduated high school, pursued higher learning, and lived their lives that way and really valued formal education, you might have been influenced by that. Like, yo, this is the way to go in life. This is how you do it. This is the way we are. This is, you know what I mean? So which side of the family would you say was the more educated side? And that's when I say the more educated side, I'm talking about as far as a formal education. I'm talking about which side of your family went to graduated high school, went to college, maybe graduated college, maybe got their master's, maybe got PhDs and things like that. Which side of the family? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that one side of the family is smarter than the other, whatever. But as far as diplomas and degrees, one may just have more than the other. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing to fight about. It's nothing to fight about. But it may stand to reason that one side of the family, they make sure that they go to school and they finish and they real smart and bright and all that. And the other ones, they kind of drop out. You know what I mean? The other side of the family, the highest they're going to get is like 11th grade, and then they're going to go and do their own thing. They don't do their own thing. Just Love Lydia. What up, Just Love Lydia? What's good? How you feeling? Good to see you. So yeah, which side of your family is the most educated? Which one is more likely to graduate high school, more likely to go to college, more likely to finish college, more likely to pursue advanced degrees? With my family, it's a kind of a toss-up. We got lawyers in my family on my dad's side, but we got a bunch of master's degrees. What is it? A bunch? Now wait a minute. It's a bunch of degrees. I know that two of my first cousins on my mom's side both have master's degrees, and they both work in education. But so two of my first cousins on my dad's side are the same. So yeah, this is getting interesting. This is getting interesting. Here's one little caveat that you might have to take into consideration. If your parents have children that are not by both of your parents, like let's say you share the same mother with some of your siblings and you share the same father with some of your siblings, then the siblings that you share your father with are on that side of the family. It would be different if y'all had the same mother and father, because then it's neutral. But because y'all only have the same father, then that would be, those siblings would be on your on your dad's side of the family. And if y'all only have the same mother, even though y'all might consider yourselves to be whole brothers and sisters, because a lot of people be thinking that if y'all come from the same, if y'all have the same mother, then, you know, y'all whole brothers and sisters, even though that doesn't make any sense. Scientifically, it doesn't make any sense. Socially, I see what they mean. But yeah, that would be your mother's side of the family. So, you know, but let's get it. Do y'all understand where we're going with this? Marvina Bigby, what's good? What's good? And Danielle, Sports Highlights, what's good? How you feeling? Good to see you. Good to see you. That's what's up. And Kid from Paradise, I think I seen you on East Oakland or Miami. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You say you don't understand, Reese? Good. Just keep listening. You'll get smart as the show goes on. You'll probably get that from your father's side. It's all good. It's all good, baby. But we can't go back. We have to go forward. We gotta march on. March on. Go forward. It's all good. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Your mom's side of the family versus your dad's side of the family. Which side do you look more like? Your mom's side of the family or your dad's side of the family? Do you have shoulders like your dad's side of the family? Ears like your mom? Eyes like your dad? That side of the family. You know how some families have like a recessive gene. Green eyes for everybody. Everybody in the family got green eyes on one side of the family versus the other. You know what I mean? And I even have a little something for those of y'all who don't want to be like one side of the family or the other. You know how that go. You know, you might be mad at your dad because he was never in your life or something like that. You know, so you say, well, no, I'm not like none of his family because I didn't know him. He wasn't nothing but a punk. He was nothing but a pussy because he didn't handle his. I get it. He's still part of this. He's still a part of this, and he's still going to count. We still going to count him in, baby. We still going to count him in, baby. We going to rock this at the drop of a dime, baby. You feel like you're getting dumber?
Bluetooth connected.
Good. The plan is in motion. Yes. Read the transcripts from this show and you'll get smarter. Keep watching the video and you'll decrease brain power more and more. It's all part of it. All right. Just love. Says my father's side. That's you look more like your the people on your father's side. Okay. Marvina says, you really only look like yourself? Are you adopted? And I'm not even trying to diss. But if you're adopted, even if you are adopted, you could still answer a lot of these questions. The thing is, if you are adopted, you probably still were exposed to your mom's side or your dad's side. Even if they are your adopted mom or dad, you're still going to feel the influence from one side or the other. For example, maybe even if you were adopted, your mom's side, maybe, let's say, for example, I'm not saying one side is more accepting than the other, but let's say your mom's side sort of took you in and treated you well, like one of the family, more than your dad's side did, or you were just around your adopted mom's side more than you were around your adopted dad's side. It still works. It still works. Family is family, whether it's your bloodline or not. Have y'all ever known anybody, or have you yourself ever felt like you had the characteristics of somebody that you were just influenced by, even though they weren't a blood member of your family? I mean, shoot, you got people out here influenced by celebrities and shit. So it stands to reason that you could be influenced by somebody who's not in your family. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna mosey on over here and grab my seat, And then we're going to finish having this conversation. It's going to be a good one. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. Yeah. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Think it won't. Okay. So let's get into this thing. Let's get into this thing, shall we? Shall we get into it? All right. So, your mom's side of the family versus your dad's side of the family. Which one is more dominant in your life? Your mom's side of the family or your dad's side of the family? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? So Stacy White, what's good? How you feeling, ma? How are you? How are you feeling? Are you good? Are you all right? I hope so. I really do. All right. So yeah. So which side of the family would y'all say was more on more educated? Which side went farther in school? Your mom's side of the family or your dad's side of the family? That shouldn't be that hard of a question. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out. Which side went farthest in school? High school diploma, college degree, masters, doctors, lawyers, PhDs, MDs, all that kind of stuff. Which side? Which side? Which side? Stacey said, I've had a rough day. I had a rough day, and I'm reminded when I show up every day. Okay. All right. Marvina says her dad's side was the more educated side, and Cheryl Halsey says her mom's side is the more educated side. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere here. We are getting somewhere here. And I like that. I like that. Now, why would one side of the family be more educated than the other side? What would influence that? Tom says, my mom's side are actual Christians. Very few can be labeled that in society. Okay, all right. That wasn't the question yet. But, okay, if you want to go, I guess you want to go straight for the poll question. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. But that's cool. That's cool. Because I'm starting to learn a little bit about you, Tom. I don't know you like that, but I get it. I get it. You go straight for the poll question. Like, fuck all that other shit. What up, Skippy? Skippy Peanut. What's good? Skippy Peanut. Oh, damn. My bad, man. I thought you was all right. You a bitch. Let me get your bitch ass up out of here. You go bye-bye, sir. You go bye-bye, pussy. You pussy boy. You go bye-bye. You go bye-bye. You go on the outside and you just listen. You listen. You don't talk. You don't talk. You have nothing more to say here. All right. So now, when you think about the ways and actions of one side of your family versus the other side of the family, I mean, when you really think about it, how that goes down, you ever wonder why one side of the family does one thing or may be good at one thing and the other side of your family may not be into that? You ever wonder how your mom and your dad ever got together if they don't really have that much in common? Because these things happen all the time. You know, but then they had you. And you're either influenced by one side of the family or another side of the family. And, you know, you roll with it like that. Let me see. Jesus didn't really die for us. If he rose again, if anything, sacrificed a 3-day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right. Nobody asked about that. So good. Green, baby, blue. The KKK were amazing people. What do you mean were? They still exist. You think they're amazing? Join. If you think the KKK were amazing people, join. Shit, you ain't gotta. You know what I mean? If you're white and you believe in white supremacy, then join. Were your mom's side of the family in the KKK, or were your dad's side of the family in the KKK? That's the question. That's what we have to figure out. But you go, you rock out with the KKK. Do the damn thing. Green, baby, blue. All right, I'll keep you in mind. Enemies stick around longer than family and friends. Well, do you stick around your enemies longer than your family and friends? Because something tells me that you have more control over that than you might be giving yourself credit for. Stacey says, I am guided by my father's side of the family. We are influenced by my father's side of the family, as well as influenced and guided by my mother's side. I know. The pro says, hi, dude. Your likes is 11. Thanks. You counting? Okay. All right. You can count to 11. Let's see if you could provide the 12th like, or were we at 10 likes and then you provided the 11th. Nothing like people coming through and counting likes. That's beautiful. That's just a wonderful thing, isn't it? Isn't it so? Curtis Christian says, I love white people. That's beautiful. Loving white people. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. So, what have you done lately for mankind? And you wrote that twice. You're redundant. So, like I said, your mom's side of the family versus your dad's side of the family. Okay, we cover education. Let me see. How about politics? Which side of your family is more political? You know, maybe really into it. Maybe one or some of them have run for public office, you know, or something like that, or really, really into it to the point where maybe they work at the poll stations or support candidates heavily or anything like that. Rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. How about I didn't know that Jesse Jackson died? I was like, damn, I just found out that Jesse Jackson died like yesterday, maybe the day before. I didn't even realize that shit. Rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. He actually wasn't one of my favorite people, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. If it wasn't for government assistance, women would be deadbeat too. Oh yeah, which women? And let me ask you this. If you feel like if it wasn't for government assistance, then women would be deadbeats. Did you grow up under a mother that received public assistance? Or a father? Because that's a weird thing to say. The women in my family work. They don't collect welfare checks or anything like that. I don't come from that. I don't come from a food stamp type of family on either side of my family, my mom's side or my dad's side. And that's not to say anything bad about anybody who comes from that. You come from where you come from. You can't really control that. You come from where you come from. B Rent. What up, B Rent? There's some strange trolling going on tonight. They want rights given equal lefts. Oh, God, look at this bullshit. All right. Let me shut this down. Let me shut this bullshit down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Some interesting trolling tonight. I'm wondering what I did to deserve this. What did I do to deserve this interesting brand of trolling tonight? What did I do to earn this interesting brand of trolling tonight? All right, let me ask y'all this. Which side of your family lives the longest? Which side of your family has the greatest longevity? You know, living over 75 years, 80 years, 90 years, maybe 100. Is anybody in your family over 90 years or has reached 100 years old? Which side of your, because it could be the case where your mom's side of the family, lives long, and your dad's side of the family lives long too. But you probably have more examples from one side to the other that lives longer. What side would y'all say? Marvina says mothers. Your mother's side of the family lives longer than your dad's side. Okay. Stacy, you say your mom's side too? And Shadow says my mom's side. Wow. Your mom's side great grandmother lived to be 105. Wow. That's amazing. It really is. So did your mom's, so that's your great grandmother. Did other people on that side of the family live long like that too? Or was she outrunning everybody? And congratulations, that's really something. I don't know of anybody on either side of my family that lived to be that long. I mean, lived to be that old, over 100. Nobody that I'm aware of. B Rent says, I don't know, both equal. How can it be equal? Come on, man. Nothing in life is equal. Nothing in life is equal. Tom says, it's not for you. It is what it is, though. I've accepted the hierarchy, and there's only one option to not accept it. Okay. Good for you. Stacy says, my grandmother lived to be 86 years old. Well, my mom just turned 85 last Thursday on the 12th. So I'm really pulling for her to make it to 86. And I really think she's going to easily do that. I don't think the end is in sight. And she's not in the greatest of health, but she just has that. You know how some people have that long living it factor? I mean, she was diagnosed with congestive heart failure all the way back in the early 2000s. Now, here it is, 24 years later, 23 years later, and she's in better shape now than she was then, kinda. She's not as mobile as she was before. But my mom's side of the family lives pretty long. Her mom lived to be 81. So she outlived her. But I think my great grandmother lived to be a pretty ripe old age, like maybe 86, 87, something like that. Not 90. I don't think she lived to be 90. Josh is asking, am I in the Illuminati? Well, if I was in the Illuminati, I think it would be a lot more people in this chat or live listeners than that. So I'll let you answer that. Thanks for just needing something to say. That's cool. I know B Rent 105 is, whew, that's really something, ain't it? The medium green dinosaur. Never mind. I'm not reading that dumbass shit. Did God drown 2-year-olds in the flood? Why 2 years old? Why 2-year-olds? Why not ask about 1-year-olds or 3-year-olds? Like, why not? Why not? There's just, I'm just curious. Why 2-year-olds? Marvina says, my brother and sister are in their 80s. My brother still works. Good shit. All right. Stacy says she has Jesus with her. She's going to live long jeopardy. You mean longevity? Get that spell check together, ma. I don't want her to live long jeopardy. So, you know, when you think about whether your mom's side lives longer than your dad's side, my dad was 84 when he died. And my grandfather was about 88 when he died. So we definitely have longevity on my dad's side, but not necessarily so with the women. The women on my dad's side don't seem to live as long as maybe the men. But then again, it's a little dicey because some have lived a long time and then some have checked out a little early. Let me see. Stacy says, no, I spelled it like that. I thought that's what it meant. No. No. Señorita Ramirez. Señorita Ramirez. Señorita Ramirez. Señorita Ramirez. María Ramirez. ¿Cómo estás? Señorita Ramirez. Señorita. Señorita. What's going on, ma? What's going on? Good to see you always. And funky kids? Is that what that says? Am I reading it right? Fun day kids. I'm sorry. Fun day kids. The universe has always existed and existed. What the fuck? The universe existed long before man and man-made religions. Okay, so what? All right, scientific fact. The universe was here before man was here. And we know that how? Like, how do we know that? How do we know a lot of things? Before there was language, before there was a written communication, before there was a way for us to chronicle history. How do we know? Aren't we guessing a lot of it? I don't know. Let's see. Stacy says, I think people with a little long in my life that they had good health. Are you drinking? I'm not sure if that's. I'm trying to make sense out of it. I'm ready to read it the way I think you're trying to say it, but since you corrected me the last time, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. Fun Day Kid says, you guess unicorns and leprechauns, guides, etc. when you should just say, I don't know. I didn't say shit about no leprechauns or unicorns or none of that shit. I don't believe in none of that bullshit. I just don't know if the universe was here before man was here. I just don't know. And you don't either. And guess what? I don't think anybody really knows. I know one thing. only one person, only one species could report on it, and that's man. So how the fuck does man know what happened before man was here? How do they know? Did man come here in the form of a man and woman? Or did they come here in the form of a baby? Now, how will we know that? We sort of have to turn to religion for that, right? Because that's the theory of creation, the theory of man, right? So it's a little, dude, don't try to fuck with me. Like it's not like I don't think about this kind of shit. I mean, if you've come to the right place if you were looking for somebody that, that you thought you were going to think over their heads. You've come to the right place. This ain't what you want. I think about these kind of things. So since you're busy trying to stray away from the topic of tonight, think about that for a little while. Who was here to report that the universe was here before man got here? Did you get it from an elephant or maybe a dinosaur? Did a little Tyrannosaurus tell you that shit? I don't know. And I don't know if I believe in dinosaurs. I don't know that. I'm not so sold on it. Chrissy the Boxer says, I run a program here in Maryland helping kids. That's what's up. What part of Maryland? What county? Which county in Maryland? Can you believe something wholeheartedly, deeply, and be wrong? Yes. So let's go to scientific method. Because I didn't say anything about what I believed. If you're listening, you might be a better talker than you are a listener. I didn't say I believed in anything. What I did say is that I'm not sure if I believe in what you are saying. What you are saying. Tom says my reputation is destroyed in this country, but I know something they don't. Just ignore them. All right, cool. All right, faith and belief in things unseen and unproven. Yeah, things like the universe was here before man was. Beat Rent says, deep thinker, I see, Hugh. Or you mean, huh? Deep thinker. I mean, I don't know if it's deep thinking, but, the thoughts come across my mind. Marvina says, having older parents didn't meet many relatives on either side. Okay. I see what you mean. Okay. My man, my people's Jeff Sprayberry is in the house. What's good? All right, you near Baltimore. Oh, you Baltimore County. Okay, and Baltimore City. That's what's up. That's what's up. The youth need more programs in Baltimore. I'm from Philly. I live in Philly, so you know how that go. There's a lot of similarities between Baltimore and Philly, as far as the culture. You know what I mean. Even the houses, the row homes, and all of that shit. Y'all got a lot of shit that we have. He says older parents is okay. I lost my dad recently. I only had 37 years with him. Cherish your time with him. Man, my dad passed in 2021, so I understand how you feel, my dude. Rest in peace to your dad. But just remember, he has gone from this physical world, but he will always be with you in the spiritual realm. So make sure you utilize that every day of your life. Never let your father get away from you. Ever. 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 So, yeah, I know my dad is with me every day, guiding me, protecting me, watching over me. You know what I'm saying? And that makes me feel a lot better. But I miss the fuck out of him. So I understand what you're going through. Hold your head, though. Stacy says, son, they have you thinking tonight. They ain't got me thinking at all. They just trying to get on my nerves tonight, but it's all good. Chris says, said, I try to talk to his spirit. Yeah, definitely do that. And you will feel his spirit talk back to you. It doesn't have to verbally come to you, but you will feel it. And you will receive that message that is sending you. Agent Smith, what's good? What's good? How you feeling? How you feeling, man? I'm just in here battling troll after troll. You know what I mean? I'm battling tonight, son. I'm battling. Jeff says, I watched my dad take his last breath. You speak in fact. Come on, man. You know how that go, man. You know, when you have a good relationship with your father, and I have to take it to the father thing because not everybody has a father in their lives. So the ones who do, when you have a good relationship with your dad and you lose him, it hurts. And as a man, you wonder how far you will go in life. When will your kids mourn over you and grieve over you and wonder how long they will live? Because it doesn't matter how long your parents live. That doesn't have an effect on how long you will live, but you won't feel that way. You'll feel like, yo, they only live to be this old, so I'll probably only make it that far if I get that far. You know what I mean? There've been some times where parents have lived to be old and they've buried several children of theirs. So it ain't no guarantee. It ain't no guarantee that you're gonna live long just because your parents live long, and there's no guarantee that you're gonna live a short time just because your parents didn't live long. It's luck of the draw. When it's your time, it's your time. All I can say is try to take as best care of yourself as you can. But getting back on the topic, that's why I asked the question. You know, which side of your family, your mom's side or your dad's side of the family has more longevity? Because that's something that you can study. If you look at if your dad's side lives a lot longer than your mom's side, or your mom's side lives a lot longer than your dad's side, you might start looking at how they live their lives. Like maybe they eat healthier. Maybe they take care of themselves more. Maybe they don't drink. Maybe they don't smoke. Maybe they don't use drugs. Maybe they don't get in dangerous situations. Maybe they retire early. Maybe, there can be a whole lot to it. All right, man. So this is what we're going to do. We have a caller on the line. Let's see what it's hitting for. Caller with the last numbers 8910, 8910. Welcome to the Daily Go-Getterism Show. What's on your mind tonight? What's good?
What's good, dude? Take that weekend solo.
Oh, eat a dick. Damn, didn't I block your stupid ass?
Solo, man.
But let me ask you something before you go, before I get you the fuck on up out of here. Let me just ask you this with your staticky ass phone. You got a weak ass line. You got a weak ass line. That's what you got. You got a weak ass line and your shit is all staticky. And look, I turned you down. Now nobody can hear your dumb ass. So now they can only hear me. They can't hear you. So you can stay on the line and say whatever the fuck you want. I can't hear you. They can't hear you, but they can hear me. This is my power, you dumbass. You talking about something, take that weak ass polo off. Yo, man, eat a weak ass dick. Eat a weak ass AIDS dick, motherfucker. That's what you need to do. So I'm not even going to hang up. He hung up? Good. Now you can call back and nobody will hear you. Hollow man. You are a hollow man. They can hear you, but they can't see you. Now they can't see you or hear you. You like a spirit, dog. Only, you know what I mean? You know how the spirit is. Only some people feel it. Only some people can see it. Yo, you hear his phone? This shit was mad staticky. He sounded crazy. He said, take that weak ass polo off. Take that weak ass polo. This sounds stupid as shit. I swear to God. 15 minutes of fame. 15 minutes of fame. All right, here we go. Getting back on track. Getting back. Agent Smith says misery loves company. Just ignore them. They're not well. Man, they are what they are. Look, now you're trying to call back from a private number. You must be crazy, dude. Like, oh, he won't recognize me now. I'm calling from a private number. This motherfucker pushed star 67 and tried to call me. Oh my gosh. Fail. Epic fail, sir. What else you got? Epic fail. You're not going to win that way. All right. Good advice, Señorita Ramirez. Don't worry. Your father will come to you in your dreams. Your mom did. That's what's up. Marvina says, I lost my dad when I was still a kid. Mom lived until I was almost 50. Thank God. That is good shit. Peace to all of y'all. All right. Maria says, my grandma just turned 101. Whoa. Whoa. I like to hear that. Yo, do me one favor, y'all. Please hit the like button. I'm not going to sell y'all nothing tonight. I'm not going to ask y'all for nothing except to hit the like button. Please hit the like button. That's the only thing I ask. It helps the channel out. The channel needs help. You know? You know. Agent Smith says, my father died from cancer in his late 50s. It's been around 8 or 9 years since he died. Look, now he's trying to call me from a different number. I'll give him this. He's persistent as hell. And he comes to the show often. But you're getting no clock tonight, sir. Tell you what, for the rest of the night, if y'all want to call into the show, you're going to have to put your name in the chat. You don't have to put your number in the chat, but put your name in the chat. Don't try to call here with no blocked numbers. And I'm not taking no numbers that I don't know. That's how it's going to go tonight. Normally, I would take all calls, not tonight. Somebody's trying to frustrate me to death. It's not going to happen. I'm fighting back. Okay. Maria says, my grandma used to give herself vitamin shots herself, and she would eat fresh cut meat, pork, and chicken. Okay. All right. Sir or ma'am with the, from Russia. I can't read a word that you're writing, but yo, peace to Russia. Only the good Russians, though. Not the bad Russians. Okay, I. My people's Bwana Haguski is in the house. My people's Bwana Haguski was good. Was good. Jeff says, talking shit with a cricket phone. Man, listen. Make it make sense. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to do it. Okay, and Monroe says, I keep snails in a jar. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. Okay. Check out the clergy project one day. No, you do that shit. You interested in that shit. That shit don't have nothing to do with what we talking about tonight. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Look, dude, you can stay on the show and you can chill. But don't nobody give a fuck about that shit you talking about. Nobody gives a fuck about that. I don't. They don't. They did not come here to hear that shit. They can't. There's the title of this show. It says it right there. You see it? Your mom's side of the family versus your dad's side of the family. That's what we talking about tonight. We ain't talking about shit else. I'm shutting the rest of this shit down. Any of that sidebar shit is gone. So if you don't want to be here, fuck out. But if you gonna be here and you gonna be part of the conversation, we're gonna talk about exactly what we talking about with the topic. Fuck all that other shit. All of it. Okay, so as we proceed to give you what you need, so let me ask y'all this. Which side of your family has more members in it? Okay, I do recognize this number. This should be interesting now. All right, let's go. All right, caller with the last numbers 1162. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. What's on your mind tonight? Hold on. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just addressing the polling question.
All right. You know, you already know I knew you was going to do that, right? Because I said that. I called that out.
Yeah, you should just skip to the main part.
Well, the poll question is not the main part. It's just a poll question.
Oh, my bad. So pretty much the topic is your mom's side versus your dad's side.
Yeah. Not that they're competing with each other, but, you know, talking about both sides of the family.
Oh, do you just want me to contrast or?
Go ahead and talk about what you want to talk about. Just as long.
I mean.
All right, fuck it. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How many do you have more family members on your mom's side or your dad's side? Living members. Like if you were to do a head count, do you have more living family members on your mom's side of the family or your dad's side of the family?
I would say it's equal.
Come on, dude.
Like, because I don't know all of them.
Then say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it can't be equal and shit. You know what I mean? All right. Let me ask you this. How many does your parents have grandchildren?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have more grandchildren on your mom's side of the family or your dad's side of the family? Is your grandmother still alive? Is your grandmother or grandfather still alive?
No.
Okay. All right. So that would be a little harder to answer. Yes, no, maybe so. But for people in the chat, y'all can answer. All right. Maria Ramirez says, my mom has more living family. Okay. Jeff says, my grandfather died in 98, smoked 2 packs of Winston's a day. That's amazing. So he was literally a Marlboro man, but the Marlboro man didn't live very long. All right. Okay. Maria says, my mom's side lives longer than my dad. All right. What about you? Does your mom's side of the family live longer than your dad's side, or does your dad's side live longer than your mom's side?
I mean, I would say my mom's side.
Okay. What's the oldest family member that you know from your mom's side?
Yeah. So they all share the same commonality. They're all Christians.
Wait.
But,
wait. Did you hear my question?
I indulge in different type of.
Yo. Did you hear my question?
Huh?
Did you hear my question?
Yeah, like who lives longer?
Okay. So.
I just answered it.
Which side?
I said my mother's side.
Your mother's side. Okay. All right. Go ahead. I didn't know you answered it. I didn't hear you answer it. Okay, you can continue what you were saying.
Yeah, just I'm not gonna be here that long, but since you frame it as mom versus dad side, I'm just gonna give you like a commonality and the differences. So the commonality is that they're all Christians. The difference is like what type of fuels there are. indulgent. One side is heavily into trade, other side is health and education. That's pretty much it.
Okay. So, which side of your family is more into education? Your mom's side or your dad's side?
On my mother's side.
Okay. Which side of your family is more into sports? Your mom's side or your dad's side?
I have no idea. They don't really watch that shit. I'll say like my brothers or whatever. Like, they watch sports, but
Okay. All
I
right.
mean, I don't really know like either side that much. But like the ones that I've met, I know what type of industries that they're involved in, and it's mostly either education, healthcare, or trade. That's pretty much the bulk of it.
Okay.
I don't know either side that much, so can't really give you more details about that. Just whoever I met in the past.
Okay.
But the bottom line is they all like are really into like Christianity, and they're like legit Christians too. So like especially like my mom's side,
Mm.
like they're pretty strict about that.
All right. Do you know a lot of your both sides of your family or no?
No, I mean, I just know that they're doing like they're pretty well for themselves, like independent. So they're pretty much old school, pull yourself up by the bootstrap type of thing.
Did you grow up with a lot of cousins?
Yeah, I mean, I got like a shit ton of family members. I just don't know them.
Okay. But you know they exist.
Yeah, like they're in a different country, so.
Okay. All right, cool. In a different country?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it other than the U.S., yeah, they're in a different countries.
Are
Majority of them.
your parents or your people's from a different country?
Yeah.
What country?
Oh, it's just part of the Caribbean. So.
Which island in the Caribbean?
Oh, Jamaica.
You're Jamaican?
No, I'm not Jamaican. I'm American born.
Okay, but you're born to Jamaican parents?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were born in the United States, not in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's what's up. So your parents speak patois and all that?
I mean, very rarely. Like, they're pretty much assimilated. So.
Oh, they left all that behind too?
Yeah, I mean, they got the proper English.
Not if they live in America. We don't speak proper English.
Yeah, it depends on what state you're in. Like the South you definitely can tell an accent.
No, we don't speak any proper English in the whole country of the United States. The only place they speak proper English is in England.
Oh yeah, where it's like color is spelled COLOURGREY.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, like it's different. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I see what you're saying.
And I would say the whole UK, not just England, but like Wales, Scotland, Ireland.
America has a watered down.
Yeah, we definitely
English
don't speak
version.
proper English. We speak English, but not proper English. You know what I mean? So a lot of people think that just because you speak, I would say well-educated English that you're speaking proper English. Like, no, that's not exactly what that means. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. All right. So anything you
remixed it. So.
Yeah, I mean, we speak American English. You know, I mean, like when you fill out applications or you play like games like Scrabble, they ask you which English do you speak? Like a US English, a British English, or you know, other forms of English where English may have established a colony in that region. You know what I mean? Like they speak English in Liberia. They have a native language also, but they speak English. And they speak mostly English in Ghana, but they have a native language in Ghana. So, you know, yeah. But anyway, I was just curious about that because you said they may live in another country, and that's cool. Um, Anything else you want to say before I get you out of here?
No, I mean it's not really like a divisive topic where we can have a spirited debate or whatever. It's just compare and contrast, pretty much about the different sides. There's nothing really controversial. Just working class people, average Joe type shit, and you know it just pretty much fits like the American image. It fits the majority of the population, Christian, working class, and you know, work to you 65, 70 and die. You know, I mean, it's pretty much the same American shit. You know, I mean,
Okay. All right.
yeah, from both countries. But yeah, that's all, man. Like usually, I'll go into like a long-winded conversation and try to, you know, spill out my talking points, and we go back and forth or whatever. But this topic, it ain't, you know, doesn't bring that type of spirited debate. But I just wanted to touch in, man.
Well, good looking. I appreciate you. Check in tomorrow. We'll be more divisive and spirited then.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good, man. But all right, man.
All right, man. One love.
Yep.
Good shit, good shit. All right, so as we soldier on, all right, so let me ask y'all this. Since we're talking about your mom's side of the family versus your dad's side of the family, your physical characteristics. I know I touched on this a little bit earlier, but let's get back to that. Your physical characteristics, do you look more like your mom's side of the family or like your dad's side of the family? And I have to ask that because have you ever met somebody and you really thought that they looked like one parent until you saw the other parent and you was like, God damn, I really thought they looked like their mom until I saw their dad, or I really thought they looked like their dad until I saw their mom. You know what I mean? So which physical characteristics do you favor more? Your mom's side of the family or your dad? Like, let me ask y'all this. Which side of the family would you say is the healthier side? Is your mom's side of the family a little bit more healthier than your dad's side? Or is your dad's side a little bit more healthier than your mom's side? I mean, all you really have to do is think about who's sick and who ain't. Like you may have certain diseases or conditions that run on one side of the family versus the other. Like let's say on your mom's side of the family, there's they have sickle cell, and let's say on the dad's side of the family they have diabetes or some shit like that. So you know you can kind of get a gauge. You can kind of gauge which side of the family is healthier than the other. So which would it be? Which side of the family is healthier? Would you say your mom's side or your dad's side? Your mom's side or your dad's side? Or your mom's side or your dad's side? What would you say? What would you say? Carrie says, I look like both sides. I'm definitely a chameleon. All right. All right. Maria says, my mom, you look like your mom's side of the family. Interesting, interesting. Gary says, most people think that I look like my mother until they see me next to my dad's sisters. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Jeff says, my mom's side, dad's side, smoke and drink. So, oh wait. Okay, so your mom's side is the healthier side because your dad's side smokes and drinks. Okay. All right. Okay. Stacy says she looks like her mom's side. Okay. And Maria says we all have my mom's gene in there's six of us. Okay, there's six of y'all, like six siblings. You know, six of y'all, your brothers and sisters, including you. And you say that y'all all look like y'all mom. So your mom was the dominant gene. Your mom was the dominant gene. Woo! Whoever heard of such a thing? Whoever heard of such a thing? But I guess it could be real. I guess so. When I was growing up, I looked just like my dad. And many people say I still look like my dad. But physically, like my face looks like my dad. And I believe I have shoulders like my dad. My dad had wide shoulders, like damn near like a clothes hanger. That would explain. That would pretty much explains or describes my dad's physical characteristics. He looked like a clothes hanger. Straight, wide shoulders, you know, back wide. But he never worked out. Me and all my brothers, we all, you know, had stints where we worked out and shit like that. So, but I look more like my mom's side as I get older. I look a lot more like my uncles on my on my mom's side as I grow older. I definitely look more like them. My mom's side has more weight on them than my dad's side. My dad's side of the family they're kind of they're a little bit more on the thinner side. I wouldn't say that they were healthier though, because my dad's side, they drank a lot. And that's not to say that nobody on my mom's side drank or smoked or whatever, but they can't get away with it. On my mom's side, like if I had to say which side is healthier, sheesh. It would be hard to say it was my mom's side, even though my mom is leading the charge, but she's not. My mom just turned 85 years old, but my uncle is 87. And September 16th, he will be 88 and he's going to make it. He is absolutely going to make it. Uncle Willie is doing the damn thing on the longevity side of things. He was the oldest boy and she is the oldest girl. So there we go. So I'm going to say, if I had to choose between who's the healthier side, I would probably say my dad's side, but I'm not sure if I'm right about that. It would be hard to say my mom's side because, you know, a few of them have died on the younger side of things, like under 70 years old. My mom has lost, I believe she's lost more siblings than my dad has lost up until this point. I believe. I do believe. Stacey says, I think my mom's side is more healthier. I think my mom's side is eat more healthy too. Okay. All right. When you know, you know. Look, the trolls really thought they was coming in here to make a splash tonight. Then Carrie came back from the bathroom and just bow, 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 bow. Get that bullshit out of here. Run along, you little trolls. Run along. I told you, get from around here. You get from around here. That's right, Carrie. Get them from around here. Hey, man, what's a good, healthy food you recommend? Green leafy vegetables. That should get you where you want to be. Green leafy vegetables. Hard to go wrong there. And try not to cook all the nutrients out of them. Carrie says both sides are as strong as an ox, but the generations after my great grandparents were both unhealthy. Ain't that about some shit? Marvina Big B says beets. I read somewhere that beets reduce testosterone levels in men. And that's why I try to control my intake of beets. But let me look it up. Let me see. Do beets reduce testosterone levels in men?
There's no strong evidence that beets lower testosterone levels in men. In fact, beetroot juice is sometimes used to potentially boost athletic performance and blood flow. While some sources suggest beets might lower testosterone, this isn't widely supported. And beets may even be beneficial due to their nutrients. For medical advice or a diagnosis, consult a professional.
Okay. All right. So for now, beets are okay. Beets. All right. Beets are okay for now. But keep your eye on beets. Keep your eye on beets. You know what I mean? You don't want to lose your testosterone level. Okay, you said they help with inflammation of blood pressure and digestion. I've heard those too. Carrie says, never heard about beets. I call BS. I read that though. I remember reading about it. I was like, oh, hold on. Let me chill out on the beets. You know, besides it making you think that you have colon cancer when you go to the bathroom. Beets will have your whole stool looking bloody as shit. You'd be like, yo, what the Nothing looks more like blood than beets. Look at this dickhead. You about to get blocked again. You can make as many names as you want. You can call back from as many numbers as you want. Dude, you going nowhere. You going nowhere, you bitch ass nigga. You're going nowhere. You here trying to fuck with a grown ass man. You don't want to fuck with me. Dog, you do not want to fuck with me. I don't know what you think this is, but you are internet. Like, I welcome you to do whatever you think you can do. But tread carefully. That's what I suggest. For real. That's what I suggest. Anyway. All right. Back to this mom's side of the family versus dad's side of the family. It took a while for this topic to get up off the ground. It was stuck on the runway for a minute. It was stuck on the runway, hey, yo. I said, hey, yo. Hey, yo. All right, what we got? What we got? What we did? What we did? All right. Thanks, Stacy. All I ever wanted to be was a grown ass man. Actually, I'm not sure if I ever thought about it. But what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh, which side of the family has mental issues? Ooh, good question. Thank you. Ooh, which side of the family is more prone to mental illness? In other words, which side of the family is craziest? Which side of your family has the craziest family members? Whether they clinically crazy or just off the wall, wild and crazy. I'm gonna have to go. Shit. I'm gonna have to go to my dad's side. I think my dad's side probably has more of the crazy gene in him. Probably. Maria says, neither side over here good. Stacy says, that's easy. My mother's side, okay. Marvina says, her mom's side. And Carrie says, I think those are important questions. They are. They are. Especially, well, let me tell y'all something, you know, while we talking about this. If you've ever thought that you were going crazy, you're not. Because people who are really going crazy think that they are normal. They don't see anything wrong. They see everything wrong with everything else and everybody else, but they don't see anything wrong with themselves. It's because they are in their own world. So if you ever felt like, you know, you were slipping into darkness or that you were going crazy or losing your mind, you're actually all right. You're just suffering from a little anxiety. I understand. I do. But everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Hold your head, baby. Hold your head. Stacy says everybody got a little crazy in them. Wait a minute. Don't be trying to put crazy on everybody. There are levels to this thing. There's levels. I embrace my crazy, but not everybody can deal with theirs. Some people suppress their crazy. And I can understand why. I can. So let your crazy flow. But anyway, good question, Carrie. I appreciate that. Which side of your family is more materialistic? Which side? Which side cares about the money more? Which side is more likely to spend a bunch of money on a car or, you know, maybe even a house to make themselves look good? Which side? I'm going to have to say my dad's side on. I believe so. Yeah, I think so. I think my dad's side is more materialistic than my mom's side. And that's not to say that wait a minute, this is tough. Because my mom's side is more creative. They like nice shit. They really do. But I don't believe that my mom's side of the family lets the money define them as much as perhaps my father's side may. That's still a tough question. Okay, Carrie says cars, my dad's side. House, my mother's side. I like that. Let's ask a fun question. Which side of the family dresses better? Which side of the family dresses better? That's my mom's side. Ain't no way around that. Dang. My mom's side. They definitely have the dressing swag. My mom used to make clothes for a living. Been sewing since she was like 12, 13. And I don't mean sewing just hemming pants or closing up holes or tears. I mean like making dresses and shit like that. So my mom's side of the family, they dress better than the dad's side of the family. They're more into that. Cheryl Halsey says her mom's side. Damn. Maria says my mom is my sister, the only one in the family. Well, damn. Okay. Marvina says my mother never wanted to borrow money, so we never bought a house. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, that clears that up. Well, some people who never buy a house still buy a car. And shoot, even if you don't buy a house, you might have like a tricked out apartment or some shit like that. Rent high as hell. You know what I mean? You never know. Stacy says my dad is more materialistic. My mom is more creative. Okay. Maria says she changed her name to Rosie from Rosie to Rosa. My mom's name is Rosie. Ain't that some shit? From Rosie to Rosa. Rosa is too Mexican for her. Wait a minute. Oh, she's changed it to Rosie from Rosa. Rosa was too Mexican for her. What does that tell you? I'm not sure. What does that tell you? What is that supposed to tell me? That she don't like her Mexican culture? Is that what you telling me? All right. Carrie says, my father's side dressed better overall. Okay. Marvina says, I bought a house as soon as I could afford it. Buying a house is a wonderful thing. Okay, so your auntie. Oh no, I'm sorry. Your sister. Wow. I thought all Mexicans was proud Mexicans. But nah, that don't make sense, right? You know, in every race, every culture, every ethnic group, you always got people who don't want to be who they are. You know, being black, we got a whole lot of that shit. So I understand. I empathize. I sympathize. But shit, you know what? With the current racial climate nowadays, ICE running around here trying to deport people who are American citizens. She might just want to be left alone. I'm not trying to be harassed. I'm an American, goddamn. Gary talking some I know black. You know white either. You know black. You know white. What you? ¿Cuál es tu color? ¿Cuál es tu color? ¿Cuál es color de usted? Or should I say, para usted? Huh? What? Come on, usted. What's your color? What's your color, usted? You hear me talking to you? Saying what it says, I've never seen a sun look like that before. Well, you know, this is what it looks like up close. See, it's so hot, we can never see what it really looks like. That's what it really looks like. That's what it really looks like. Marina says, my mother's family hid the fact that they were Native American so they could attend school. Ain't that some shit? Damn, man. Damn. So your family grew up on a reservation? And Gary says, I'm blackety black. Blackety. Blackety time. I'll give you blackety time. Get blackety on them. Blackety, black. Blackety. Oh my gosh. Y'all are interesting. For real. Word mother, for real. And it's all good. It is. All right. Black Americans are the real American Indians. Well, that's true. But you know how it goes when you try to explain that. Marvina says they grew up in Appalachia. No schools wanted them. Oh God, not Appalachia. Anything but that shit. Now I totally understand. I totally understand. Sheesh. Fucking Appalachia. Fucking Appalachia. Let me see. Appalachia. I get it. I got you. Okay. Gary says, we're not interested. Okay. We're not as interested as you are when you are tired and when you are tired and playing music instead of talking. We're not as interested as you are when you are tired and playing music instead of talking. Who plays music? Who's ever been tired? Certainly not I. I be up all the time. All the time. All the time. All right. Mommy left, never looked back. Beyonce's daughter. Did you know that we are one of the 41 civilizations of aliens in the universe? Well, that's an interesting assertion. How would we know that? You mean to tell me there are only 41 civilizations of aliens? But there's so many different stars and galaxies. How can we know? That's all I want to know. You think maybe you could help me with that? You know, because I've always wondered about life on other planets. And you're telling me that there's 41 of them. And let me ask you this. Where do we rank as far as the universe's, the 41 is concerned? Take into account that there's any proof that we are one of the 41 universes. I mean, civilizations. I just want to know. Because that's some news that I could use. The Drake equation. Does Drake equation can't explain it? I don't know what the Drake equation is. Is that like Drake the rapper? Or, let me know. Let me know. I'm not familiar. I'm not playing dumb. I'm just not familiar with what you're talking about. But I'm interested in what you're talking about. Voulez-vous? I just want to know what we talking about. Just trying to make sure we good over here. Okay. We straight. All right. So, and the reason why we are one of them is because we are different from them. Mm-hmm. Am I Indian? Mm-mm. And Drake was one of the scientists that studied outer space and how life could be in the planets according to their stars, what we fall suns. Oh, you mean what we call suns? Not Drake the rapper. Okay, all right. Interesting realm of thought. All right. I have to take a look into that. Toilet Seat Live says, I'm so baked. Well, let's see. It's 2:50 in the morning over here on the East Coast. What time is it where you are? Are you baked late at night or are you baked just later on at night? What's it going to be? Because if you're in California, then it's not even midnight yet. You just, sorry, my microphone sucks. Oh, you're speaking to text? Oh, gosh. Whew, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Oh, no. I don't know. It's midnight in California. Well, not yet. It's 11:50. It's 11:50 in California right now. Y'all got 10 minutes. Y'all got 10 minutes to midnight. Y'all 3 hours behind us. Stacy says it's too early. Is it? Is it? Is it? All right, let's do this. Let's do the poll question. We got 60 votes. He talking about 2:54 a.m. I have y'all at 2:51 a.m. 2:54? That's not 2:54. What the hell? It's 2:51. You got your clock back. You got your clock up 3 minutes. Stillman Drake? Okay, all right. What will be your reaction to alien contact? I don't know. How do I know I haven't already come in contact with an alien? What would define an alien? I know we're not talking about an undocumented worker. What is an alien? A movie back in the day? All right. Let's do these. Let's do the poll question. Which side of your family is more? Oh my God. I wrote this fucked up. Which side of your family is? It was supposed to say, which side of your family is more likely to let Jesus come in and stay and be fed if he knocked on their door? Now, I think y'all understood what I was trying to say, but I sure fucked that up. Beyonce says, I couldn't have come in contact with an alien yet. Why? They haven't come to Earth? I heard that they have. I heard that some of them live amongst us. But what do I know? All right. Which side of your family is more likely to let Jesus come in and stay and be fed if he knocked on the door? 38% said my mom's side. They're very religious. So if Jesus came and knocked on the door, they would believe he was Jesus and let him come in, kick his feet up, and even fix Jesus a meal. Imagine God needing to eat food. Okay. 13% said dad's side. They're very Christian. 14% said neither side would believe that Jesus was Jesus. And 35% said both sides would probably go for it. That's an interesting poll. I just hope y'all understood what I was writing. That's what I hope. They're machines, not them. This is getting deeper and deeper. Oh, you read it. You read it the way it was supposed. Okay. Well, I'm sure you could do that. I'm sure you could do that. All right, we're going to do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. All right, we have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 18th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Selena Sage Keaveney. Happy birthday. And also Selena Tamika Sanders, Sean Ingram, Sonia Coleman Jennings, Destiny Scruggs, Taj Marie. And last but not least, my cousin Ediene Vines. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious February 18th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock out, rock on and do the damn rock out, rock on and do the damn thing and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. Anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, Yo, both sides of the family count. Yo, sometimes you spend a large amount of time with one side other than the other, but it doesn't mean that the other side ain't your brothers for real. Got a lot of cousins, aunties, and uncles. Everything is going to be all right, you know. I hope you get love from both sides because both sides you do reside. And your pride might be for one, but that means that the other one was no fun. And I hope that no gun ever came between the two of you. You know how we do. Everything is going to turn out fine. This a family things. Yours, mine. I'm just making sure that we keep in touch. Yeah, I think we should at least do that much. I'm such a stickler for my fam. I want to know exactly who I am and where I come from and my bloodline. Yo, sometimes you find you where you can't. Sometimes you don't know where you come from. That doesn't make you a bum. Just means that you have to trace it all the way back, maybe over to the motherland, and you get it popping, yo, it's dropping. Everything is going to be all right. It won't stop when the times come, the time's going to go. But, yo, you got family out here and they going to show. Yo, peace to each and every one of y'all. Y'all my family for the night. We're going to keep it popping, all right? Everything's going to turn out good. And let's get it understood because I really think that we should. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 1 a.m. in the morning. We are on 1 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So you don't have to really think about it. That's Eastern Standard Time. 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank all of y'all for coming through. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting it. I thought this was an interesting topic. I hope y'all were interested in it as well. So hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. Just hit the like button and we'll be all right. So I'll get with y'all later on. Y'all have a good night and be safe. Peace.